Hello, today I am offering a Viking, and it is a 6460. And it kind of looks bare, doesn't it? Well, let me tell you about the 6000 series of Vikings, if you don't know already. What Viking came up with a brilliant idea, which turned out to be a horrible mess, and that is to add beeswax to their grease so that it would be no service necessary for these machines. Well, if you don't use the machine, what happens with beeswax over time is it turns into really hard wax, just like candle wax. So the first problem is if you don't have a machine that has been completely taken apart, because you can't get to these knob assemblies without taking everything out of the machine and getting the beeswax out of there, getting it cleaned out, and then putting in new lubrication, it will never be right. Now, I know a lot of people out there say they're Viking servicers, and basically all they do is squirt some WD-40 in them and heat them up, and that will work for about a month. And then you're going to have the same problem with beeswax hardening up. So this machine has that problem. This one is the knob has to, this part of the assembly of the knob, it actually, someone forced it. Let me see if I can get it to focus. And they broke off. There's like a pin, a cotter pin, but it's not a cotter pin, but it's a metal pin that goes through the rod, and that is how it moves. Well, it shears right off. And so this one has to be completely removed. This assembly works fine, all fine and dandy. You can turn it, and you can push in the reverse, and it works fine. This is the stitch length. This is the stitch width right here, and it doesn't move either. So these two really, they all need to be taken out and serviced, and the beeswax has to be removed in order for these machines to really be exceptional. And once they are, they're phenomenal. So what I decided was I took this machine and I took some parts off of it of things that people tend to want to buy on eBay. Now the machine still runs, so I'm going to prove that. If I step on the gas, it still runs. Now there's someone else, before I got my hands on it, had done something with this. This is the thread take-up arm, and they didn't put it back right. So I took out the thread tensioner, but the check spring is still in here, which is in this area. And I'm selling the plate separately. So I'm selling all the knobs and the thread assembly and the balance knob. I'm selling it too. It doesn't have a handle. The bobbin works fine as far as I step on it. You push it in, put the bobbin on the end, and it will go just fine. Now, I did open up the back, and I just want to show you all the machine. It's in pretty good condition. This is a one-piece body, and so that's what makes them so difficult to work on. If you don't know what you're doing, don't even try. But it has the cam, and that's usually the one thing that breaks, and you can still get them. I actually ordered one for the machine that I have that was completely rebuilt from Germany. But this one's not cracked, which really surprised me. So just for that part, it cost me over $50 to get from Germany. So to buy this machine for $50, just that alone you're ahead of the game. And then it has all the belts. You can see the belt inside here is a cloth and cloth belt, which they're very expensive. And all the belts are in pretty good condition. The motor runs great. The noise that you hear is from this take-up lever being loose. It's coming up and it's hitting here. But you can see it runs just fine and dandy. You can see in there. And it's nice and quiet. And it does go much faster, but that's when it really gets noisy. Because then something in there it's this take-up lever is hitting. So now what is going to be in this offering is the machine only. I'm going to sell the power cord and presser foot separately, as well as all the knobs. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and it's in pretty good cosmetic condition. The only there are a few nicks here on the arm, as you would expect from a machine of this age. And but overall it's red. It's the beautiful burgundy red. And so check out my other. If you want everything together, email me and we'll come up with a price for everything. But I'm going to try selling it in parts, because it does have to be completely torn apart by someone who knows what they're doing. I do happen to have someone that I know that did my machine, and so that's how I learned of this. And so anyway, again, this is probably the worst part of the cosmetic condition. Other than that, it's not too bad. There are some surface scratches here. That's the way I got it. Alrighty. Thank you. Bye.